Hey, I just want to have a brief moment of speaking here. I'm trying to cover this light up with my head, but so unfortunately we lost an American journalist recently, James Foley, who was reported to have been beheaded by some extremists in Iraq, and they say that they have another journalist captured and with them. And they threatened to behead him as well, unless the U.S. exits Iraq. Now, call me cynical, unthinking, uncaring, unkind, whatever you want. But you know he's going to end up dead. And how do you know that? Because you know that the U.S. will not leave Iraq. They won't leave, and they have no plans of it, and Obama can make his little, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss" speech, but it's not going to cut it. People are dying every single day, and his little speeches aren't going to cut it anymore. It's when did it ever cut it? When was it ever okay? We go into a country because someone bombed our country. Yeah, people died, and that was horrible, and I remember that. I was in school. I can remember that. We went into a country because of a terrorist group. We pretty much defeated that terrorist group, but we decided to stay in the Middle East because we wanted to modernize it. We wanted to take a country that had never seen democracy before, overthrow its rulers, bring in democracy, and then we were astounded when we found out that the country wasn't taking very well to democracy. And so, with the democracy, the country, well, with the new government, I should say, the country kind of broke itself up in little pieces and went to war with it, each part of it. And the one part of Iraq now that we're not very angry with, not as angry with, or the one we at least side with the most, is the one we're giving aid to. But I'm sorry, why are we here? Why is it the U.S.'s place to feel like they can go around and they can bully other countries? Why is it our government's place where we feel like we can just merge our culture on some other people's cultures? I don't know when that was okay. We can have our own culture, we can do our own thing here. But other people have their own cultures, and whether or not you agree with them doesn't make them right or wrong. They're different, and I think we kind of have this disconnect where we don't realize, okay, it's kind of shitty, and it's much different than mine, and I would not personally want to live there. But you have to have this understanding that it's not about you. It's not about taking control of something. It's not about implementing your government or your cultures or your things on everybody else. We don't like people like that. We don't like people in the friend group who decide it's all about them and they're gonna just spread themselves on everybody. And you better be okay with that, or they're gonna give you hell. No one likes those kind of people. And that's exactly the kind of country we are. Why do we do that? Why is it okay? I don't care how many freaking speeches Obama gives me. I'm tired of the shit. I'm tired of what we're spending our money on. There are so many other things we could spend our money on in our own country than on the war. If we just take $1 billion of the dollars we spend over there, just take one of those and put them towards ending hunger, increasing nutrition in school lunches. $1 billion. I think that would cover $1 billion. And then take another $1 billion and work on another issue. I don't know, protecting forested lands or increasing education overall, increasing literacy in our own country. We have this philosophy that we have to spread ourselves everywhere. We have to be everywhere. And our eyes have to be in every single country. But that's a bully system. That's a stalking system. But it's also a bully system. And so, when is this going to stop? This is a problem, I think, in a lot of first world countries. I would say a lot in America, where we won't stop doing a bad thing until we have absolutely no options left. And then maybe we back up a little bit and consider, like, oh, okay, that was a bad thing. Probably should have done something earlier. Energy is a great example for that. Use energy of gas use, oil use, fossil fuels, as opposed to alternative energy. I won't get too far into that, but I'm just saying, like, why do we live with this so very frustrating mentality? We're bullies. I love my country. I love America. I think it's geographically very beautiful and very diverse. But I hate my government system. And now it's on film, and someone's gonna see it when I go apply for jobs. I hate the way that we're running our international affairs. I think that the way we run our domestic affairs could be a lot better. And we could save a ton of lives if we just got our asses out of Iraq. If we got our asses out of Syria. We got our asses out of the Middle East, because that's not our domain. We're worried so much on the interests of the Middle East, or not even their interests, our interests in the Middle East, for some supposed resources. And, I've heard lots of theories. I've heard of opium, the poppy fields that soldiers are guarding, and no one will tell you why they're guarding them, and, but mainly about natural resources, or, like, maintaining the peace in countries that don't need us to maintain them. They are their own countries. Okay, I could rant on and on about this forever, but seriously, we need to get our butts out. We've been needing to get our butts out for a long time. But it's almost like they don't care until an American gets hurt. Because the other people over there in the Middle East, we can't associate with them. We don't relate to them, so thus they don't amount to anything. And that's absolute bullshit. So, where are we going to get to the point where, and I don't want to see that day, when it gets so bad that we finally recede. That's scary. We're going to lose thousands of more lives. For what? Say we're the best. You're not the best when you're killing hundreds to thousands of people in weeks, months. It never ends. We need to leave. We need to get out. One way or another, we need to get out and mind our own business and worry about our own country. Because this man right here, James Foley, he's dead. The other journalist will soon be dead, and we know this. And Obama will prepare another little speech for him too. He needs a set of priorities. What's more important? People or dominion? Think about that.